A corner for kids is a kiddie corner. A corner for kids is over here. Why not come to the Kiddies Corner? With lots of things for you to hear.
Hello. Have you got an old teddy bear or old dolly that's rather past his or her best? I bet you have. Well, today I'm going to show you how to make them look as good as new. I've a little doll here. She's very old-looking, isn't she? Her face is quite nice, but her clothes are awful. Any little girl who owns her must be very disappointed. What are Mummy and Daddy thinking of? Letting you play with an old ragged doll when you'd like a nice new one? Well, maybe they haven't got a lot of money. Daddy might work in a factory, and you might have lots of brothers and sisters too. So, what I'm going to do first, and you can do this with a teddy bear too, is cut her head off. If you're not allowed sharp scissors, you'll find the head is usually quite loose. Now, over here I have another dolly with lovely clothes, but the face is all crumpled in where I've stepped on it. So, it's no good where it is. Just a minute. There, that's got it. Little boys, don't forget you can do this with your teddies too. Now, while I'm gluing this head on this body, let's see what Derek's getting up to.
Hello, I'm here with Billy Batsby from our favourite tea time programme, The Magic Puppet Shop, where all the puppets play all day, like Cyril, the naughty squirrel. But today, Billy's dressed up as a pirate, buccaneer. Even better. You haven't got Cyril Squirrel with you today. No, Cyril's having an holiday while I'm playing Bob the Buccaneer in this great new film for kids called Spooky Nook. It's a film about a haunted house, isn't it? Yes. What's it called? Spooky Nook. This old house, falling down it is, and these two kids, Jenny and Kevin. Yes, how exciting. Anyway, they come to have a look at this big old house one last time before it's torn down, 'cause let's watch a bit now.
It's spooky. I'm frightened. Don't be a scaredy cat, Jenny. There's no such thing as ghosts. I hope they don't knock the big old empty house down while we're still inside. Don't be silly. That ain't happening until next month. Choo! Look at this old painting. I wonder who he was. Yeah, perhaps he owned the house.
I did indeed. William Haverford Swinburne Ettingly Nook was my name, or Bill the Buccaneer for short.
You look just like the painting. Oh!
Are you a ghost? I believe that is the parlance. Whoa! Lovely. I should explain, Sheila. Oh.
Well, I'm on the edge of my seat, are you? I wonder what happens next. This glue is taking rather a long time. Let's ask Derek and Billy what on earth happens next.
Well, I'm afraid I can't really say. Doesn't anything happen next? Well, of course it does, but I don't want to give too much away. Let's see another clip then.
They're tearing the house down to build a hospital.
A hospital?
Yeah, it's a big building where they make sick people well again.
Well, they won't make me any better.
No.
But this is my home. Without this place, what'll happen to me? Will you disappear? I don't know. I might do.
Perhaps you'll stay and haunt the hospital. That's the big building where they make sick people well again.
Maybe, maybe not. I don't want to take a risk.
We can't let them tear down the hall just to build a hospital. Bobby won't have anywhere to live in.
Or certainly won't have anywhere to be dead in, that's a fact.
We got to stop them, Jen. But how can we, Kevin? How can we? We can't stop bulldozers. We can't lie down in the drive and let them run all over us. What can we do? They're growing up, so we're only children.
Dunno. I'll help you. I'm a ghost, ain't I? I've got loads of tricks. If you kids will help me.
Of course we will. We don't want no hospital.
Daddy says the house prices will go right down anyway. All them sick people on your doorstep.
Let's not make sick people well again. Yay! Yay!
I don't know about the children watching at home, but I'm going to enjoy this very much, Billy. Yeah, I'm loving it. It's great to play a pirate. Buccaneer. Will Cyril be watching? Oh, I'm sure he will. Does he mind you doing something without him? No. You don't sound sure. Well, he's not off his nuts. No, but there was a bit of fuzzy felt at the bottom of his case this morning. I'm sure he's been picking at himself. Still, sounds like Spooky Nook is going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, whoa! Make sure you're watching 4 p.m. Thursday, everyone. Is that when it's on? Yes. Wonderful. Sheila.
Well now, that took a little bit longer than expected, but it's well worth the effort. Dolly's got 2 heads now, because the first body fell apart. She can see left and right all at once, which is going to make crossing the road ever so easy, which is lucky because she can only hop. Now it's time for...
What's in my bag? What have I got? Oh dear me, it weighs an awful lot. Let's tip it up and see what tumbles out. Post bag, tell me what they wrote about. Dear Derek, when you were on top of St. Paul's Cathedral last week, could you see my house? P.S. I live in Aberdeen. Thomas. Well, I'm afraid I couldn't see your house, Thomas.
You had your eyes closed most of the time, didn't you?
I did. It's very high up, and I felt giddy.
Don't try climbing on top of cathedrals yourselves. Derek wore a special harness attached to a stick.
That's right. So if I fell off, all they had to do was follow the string to find out where I landed. Here's a letter for you, Sheila.
Dear Sheila, did you put all the milk in at once, or half of it? My pancakes evaporated. Well, Betty, I wasn't actually making pancakes, and I didn't use any milk at all. But well done for trying. And do send a shilling for a free cornered Kiddies Corner badge.
And remember, do be careful, as the corners are very, very, very sharp.
Thank you for everyone who pointed that out. Now, here's television favourite Adam Silage, who's very kindly come along to read a story.
Yep, I finished it. Any good? Turns out it was all made up. Don't buy fiction, kids.
I'm speaking very quietly because we've got a guest in the studio with us today, and he's a very sleepy little chap indeed. And I don't mean Derek, do I?
No, you don't, Sheila.
Can you guess what it is? He's got a little black button nose and covered in bright red fur.
And we don't mean Sheila either. So, what do you think it is?
It's a bit difficult to tell on the radio, isn't it? So I'll give you a clue. It's a fox cub, and he's been rather poorly.
And we mustn't get too close, not because he'd hurt us, though he might snap at our fingers, but for a different reason, which is...
Well, we're looking after this little fellow until he gets better, and then we plan to reintroduce him into the wild, so we don't want him getting too used to people.
Now that's the voice of Peter Cablet. Now he's a ranger.
That's right.
Now, it's not like the Lone Ranger, is it, Peter?
No.
You don't ride around on a horse with a red Indian?
No, I don't, no.
What do you ride about on?
A Land Rover, actually.
Gosh, a big Land Rover, all by yourself. What do you do if you get a flat, Peter? Do you have to pump it up, with all the animals watching?
I suppose, if they're around.
And they can't help you, can they?
No.
Because they're animals?
Yes. I've never actually had a flat. I am in contact with the other rangers by radio, anyway.
Radio?
Yes.
Then I dare say you spend a lot of your time listening to Jimmy Young. I know I do.
Getting back to the Vox Cup, listeners might like to know how they can help.
What's he called, Peter?
Nothing.
Nothing? We could run a competition to name him.
Or you could call him Jimmy after Jimmy Young, as you listen to him so much.
I do not listen to Jimmy Young, and I do not want the cub domesticated and given a name. He'll be back in the wild soon to take his chances like any other animal.
Now Peter's getting quite cross, because he doesn't want you to write in with names for the Fox Cup.
Peter doesn't mean to be grumpy, but he wants to put animals before children.
And Jimmy Young.
Yes, I do, actually.
Why do you hate Jimmy Young so much, Peter?
Has he offended you in some way?
He always comes across as very genial on the radio.
I'm sure he wouldn't mind you naming a fox cub after him.
That's it. We're going.
Mind your finger.
Arr! Fucking bugger.
Well, Peter certainly had some names for the fox cub then.
There's just time before we say goodbye to answer the question we posed to you last week. It's...
Higgledy-piggledy time, higgledy-piggledy rhyme. Do you know, did you guess, is the answer no or yes?
The answer is yes, they will, but you shouldn't hold your breath for that long.
Get well soon Dougie Tringby, Wendy Barrowbean, Rodney Salvadell, Blanche Coopery, the South Belton and District Cubs Group, all at number 43 Kelson Street, Mandy Perkin, Graham Sanders and the Reverend D. Edgerton of Bath.
Incidentally, Dougie Tringby held his breath for 1.5 minutes before passing out, so well done to him.
I'm afraid that's all we've got time for now, so goodbye.
Goodbye, children, wherever you are.
Try and beat Dougie's record, everyone!
And do send us a shilling for a free-cornered Kiddies Cottage badge. For a free-cornered Kiddies Corner badge. For a free-cornered Kiddies... Oh, flippin' heck. For a free-cornered Kiddies Corner badge. And do send a shilling for a free-cornered Kiddies Corner badge.